Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with Star Wars The Black Series Plo Koon Jedi Knight. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here we have on the top, this is the reissue, I'm pretty sure. So, nothing really on the top. Got some tape, got a hook. That's it. On the front, Star Wars The Black Series. Nice window showcasing most of the figure and his accessory. Nice artwork of Plo Koon. Plo Koon, assortment number. Warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. 4 and up. Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, Plo Koon, and you can tell this is like the old style packaging. And in the old style numbering, he's number 109, Plo Koon. Assortment numbers again. On the back, Star Wars The Black Series, number 109. Assortment numbers, Plo Koon. A Keldor from Doran, Plo Koon was among the wisest members of the Jedi Order, respected for his level-headed analysis of events and unflappable calm. Pretty much. And then there's that same artwork from the front, only a little bit more of it, it looks like. Attention, don't stick things in your French pie hole, especially. Warning, attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Includes figure and accessory. Small fine legalese made in China print, Disney print, Hasbro print. And that, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Well, let's take a look at the figure and his accessory. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at the accessory. And let's go ahead and we'll pull the lightsaber blade out. And then the blade, of course, is made in this very light blue translucent plastic, and you can see like it's a little bit different. The post is a little bit different than some things we've seen before, at least as far as I can remember. So the post is a little bit thicker, and it's got these 2 knob kind of pieces on it where it goes in. So, pretty standard lightsaber blade. Now let's take a look at his lightsaber hilt. And I want to say it does have nice paint apps on it. I do believe it's molded in this black plastic. That's the way it looks. And then so it's got this silver paint app on it, and then it has this gold paint app on it, and then they put the silver down here, and nicely detailed. This is a nice looking piece until I had to go and drop it. And so very cool. And then we'll go ahead and put the blade back in. So there we go with that. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. And I have to say, the sculpt and the paint on this head, they did an excellent job on Plo Koon here. I mean, look at all the detail in here on the mask. Not just sculpt wise, but paint wise as well. And then I guess they did a wash over, like the exposed parts. And it's just a great looking head. And I want to say this is maybe the Mace Windu body. which may in turn have been somebody else's as well. But then we've got this different neck piece on it right here, and that just goes over the neck that was there, I do believe. So, and then, you know, it's got that nice, same nice attention to detail, and it looks like it has the wash in it as well. Now the soft goods cloak, it's a little bit different than what we've seen before, and I have to say I like this. Okay, you can't really put it up over his head, but you know, when it's sitting in the undoffed position, it is, you know, it looks really, really good there. Now, you know, this part is a little strange looking, but I find that it's okay as well, especially when it gives us a hood that lays like it's supposed to. Now it is sewn right here, so it's really not supposed to be removed, and there is, you know, that. So under here, you know, it's pretty plain. This is an overlay, I do believe. Yeah. And then we've got some paint apps here on the belt, for the belt, and on the belt as well. So we've got these little rivets and the buckles. And then I don't know which is the paint app down here, if it's this or if it's this, I'm not sure. And then let's take a look at his hands too. And, you know, painted fingernails, and then he's got that ring doodad armor piece kind of thing going on there. And then same thing over on this hand, which is more of a force user hand, and this is his lightsaber hand. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Now let's take a look at his articulation. He looks up that high, he can look down that low, and you can see like this piece wants to pop off if you push it too hard. So he's got some chicken neck, he's got waggle, he can, there we go, the full exorcist from a Jedi. At the shoulder, pretty much what you'd expect. He can raise it about 90 degrees, and he does have a 360 degree rotation there as well. At the elbow, single hinge and swivels around 360 degrees and gives you that much bend. At the wrist, 360 degree rotation, and it's on in and out hinge, and then this one is in and out hinge as well. He doesn't have any movement in the torso. Got a ball joint at the waist, and it gives him all kinds of hula. He can lean back that far, which is hard to see with this cloak, I know. He can lean crunch forward that far, which isn't a lot. And then, you know, he can lean left and he can lean right. He also has a 360 degree rotation there. At the hips, the overlay here is split on the sides as to not interfere much with the hip movement. So he can give you that much of the split, so it's not bad. Maybe not Jedi-like, but it's not bad. So he can kick forward that far, approximately 90 degrees. And then back, maybe about a quarter of a step. He does have a cut here at the upper thigh for a 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned knee. And it will give you that much bend, so that's pretty good. And then no rotation down here in the shin. At the ankle, tilts down that far. Tilts up hardly any at all, and then forward facing pin for rocker. As far as storage for his lightsaber, he doesn't have any. That's why I say this is the Mace Windu body, because that Mace Windu doesn't have a port on his belt for lightsaber storage, and his lightsaber doesn't even have a post on it. And that's the same deal with this one. So he just has to hold his lightsaber in his hand. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, it ain't the easiest thing to get in there. So if you want to avoid damaging it, the blade, breaking the blade or anything, I suggest taking it off till you get it in his hand, and you just kind of slide it down in there, and then put the blade back on. And there you have it, my friends. If he will stand up, and he doesn't want to. So there you have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessory. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, Plo Koon, with Star Wars, the Black Series, Mace Windu, and Star Wars, the Black Series, Padawan Ahsoka Tano. For our last set of comparisons, here we have Star Wars, the Black Series, Plo Koon, with from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee, from G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, from Star Wars the Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars the Black Series, Plo Koon, I have to say there's some things they did very, very right, and some things that needed improvement on this figure. And the biggest improvement they could have made is just giving him an all new body and stop reusing that Mace Windu or Episode 1 Obi-Wan or Episode 2 Obi-Wan, whichever buck this is that they used. I think it's the Mace Windu buck, and they've used it a bit. So I think it's time for some new standard Jedi bodies to be made. And this figure really would have benefited from that. The head sculpt and paint and everything that's on the head is above par, at least to me, for Hasbro. I think they did an excellent job. They outdid what they normally do for this. And the hands are pretty close to that level as well, at least to me. Your mileage, of course, may vary. And while the soft goods cloak isn't probably the greatest, I think it's a big improvement over some of the cloaks that Hasbro has given us in the past. I like the fact that the hood will actually lay. You might not can put it up over his head, but as you can see as he spins around here, it lays undoffed really well, and I like that. Now the pieces on the front of the cloak there that connect to the hood, that kind of throws it off a little bit to me. But other than that, I mean, this is a really good figure, and I think they really outdid themselves on the head sculpt and the paint for that. They did a really good job, and I wish it would have done as well of a job in making a new body for this figure, or for Jedi period from this era, with this figure. I really wish that the level that they did on the head matched the body, and it unfortunately doesn't. Now, that's not to say this should be a pass for you. You know, if this is an important character to you, then I definitely recommend that you pick this Jedi Master up. Again, I mean, the head, it's fantastic. The sculpt and the paint is just, it's where it's at for this figure. It's the sole reason, really, you know, other than if you're trying to complete the Jedi Council or, you know, whatever other reason. But that head is the best reason to pick this figure up. And I think they really, really did a good job with that portion of this figure. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.